Hey everyone, Marco here, and if you're looking for a fresh new management game to play right now, well, keep watching, as today I'll be giving you 16 great management games that have all come out this year. From city builders to colony sims, factory builders to tycoon games, there's something here for everyone who enjoys slowly building up their own little empire. And if this video helps you, don't forget to like or even subscribe to find more games to get lost in. Starting with Sintopia, the super fun and challenging title that came out of nowhere, where it's this dark, humid, cheeky management game that has you running a scintillating town full of sexcapades and overpopulation. For example, it's a game where a demon leprechaun will come around and cause havoc in your town because your sex is on fire. No, seriously, the villagers are just having too much of a good time, and this will lead to the town's downfall. I must say it's a bit complicated to explain what's going on here, but basically the gameplay loop involves you trying to grow your underworld business, and to do that you need people up top to die either by natural causes or you. They will then take a bus to the underworld and you'll need to cleanse them of their sins. Think of Theme Hospital in a way, except now the symptoms are being too greedy or just a bit too horny. After they get cleansed, you'll make some money and they'll go back up top. Basically a closed loop. But it's easier said than done because, wow, those villagers like to get rowdy at night, if you know what I mean. There's just so much to manage though, from keeping your town safe from the enemies all the way to managing your staff that need to be kept in line if they spend too long in the bathroom. It's very challenging but very fun, and for someone wanting a management title that does things very differently, definitely go check out Sintopia today. And if you've always wanted to be the creator and manager of your very own hotel, well then Hotel Architect might just be the next game for you. Inspired by games like 2 Point Hospital, The Sims, and Roller Coaster Tycoon, here you'll be building your hotel in various international locations from Sweden to Las Vegas. It's a game that's meant to be relaxing and fun rather than too challenging. However, guests will still complain about various issues, but I guess that's just adds to the overall fun. You can choose if you want to build a hotel from scratch or go for a reno job, where you'll be designing your layouts, constructing different items, managing staff, customizing, and then expanding. And you'll do all of this while trying to keep those fussy guests happy. It came out of early access this month and it's currently sitting with very positive reviews on Steam because it's just very fun and addictive. To me, the hotel setting is very slept on for management games, and I think Hotel Architect nails it, so go check it out if this looks good to you. If you're a fan of charming and light-hearted city-building games, then Town to City might be up your alley. This is a cozy and enjoyable game that makes you just feel all warm and fuzzy inside while playing it. My gosh, I just love the look of the game. They nailed those voxel graphics and the blur effects. It just makes you want to live in your little towns. It's great for players who are new to the genre, as it's just way more relaxed and easygoing. It's basically the opposite of Workers and Resources. In the game, you'll be assigning families to their new homes, so it's a bit like a puzzle game that each of these families come with their own specific wants and needs, like being near a mountain for the amateur rock climbers, I guess, or having a garden for the green thumbs out there. I know I mentioned this game a lot, but it's not to be missed, and now that it's out of early access, it comes with even more great content, like hotels. It's so cool. It's got overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam, where I guess the only complaint is that it's not as in-depth as more robust city builders, but that's not the vibe this game is going for. So if you think a relaxing, cozy, chilled-out city builder sounds like your kind of jam, well then Town to City is definitely worth checking out. And if you'd rather sink your teeth into something truly addictive, then this factory building game is not to be missed. It's Shapez 2. This is a gem of the factory building genre that just feels so well done and provides such a relaxing and serene, basically a mesmerizing experience. Honestly, I got truly addicted to this one. Like, even my fiance was starting to worry, as it was hard for me to walk away from it. I used to wake up early and play it. I've reviewed this game before, but basically the gameplay loop has you extracting, producing, and then sending these shapes into this massive vortex. This will then unlock new shapes and new technology, which leads to more efficiency. This game is all about that efficiency. It seems very simple in the beginning, but as you progress, you start to take in the true intricate complexity and the beauty of your most efficient factory you've ever built. It's another game that's sitting with overwhelmingly positive reviews. I guess there's hard to say anything negative about it. You just have to go into it thinking that you're going to be producing a lot of shapes. Like, if you're into that, you're going to love it. It is similar to games like Factorio and Satisfactory, but there's no combat, and it's way more just focused on optimizing as much as possible in your environment. It just keeps going. The shapes don't ever stop. So if that sounds good to you, Shapez 2 is definitely worth checking out. Then for those of you looking for a colony sim management game that is almost similar to The Sims, Going Medieval is definitely worth checking out. You'll just start off with a simple wooden structure and progress your way into an impressive, massive castle. I do have a weak spot for colony sims and anything similar to RimWorld, but this one is one worth checking out. The game itself just looks cool. The graphics, the setting, the look and feel of it all is just too cool. You'll be managing your villagers day to day, from food to warmth to R&R activities, and even some raid management, as the enemies will come by every now and then. As you progress, you'll unlock new technology that will allow you to make better looking buildings and cooler side activities and things like that. And again, this is very important if you want to turn on raids, because those people will come in hard and just do so much damage to you. It's a bit sad at times, but again, you can make it as relaxed as you want. Going Medieval is sitting with very positive reviews on Steam, and yes, it's not 100% yet. It still needs a few fixes here and there, but after its full release, it came with so much more improvements and updates and more content that it's highly recommended if you're a fan of colony sims, especially ones in the medieval period. But for those of you wanting to get that colony sim fix but looking for a space backdrop, well then you need to put Space Haven into your basket today. In this isometric base builder, you'll be designing your own spacecraft from scratch, exploring an epic universe and managing your wacky crew. You and your team will set out in search of supplies, survivors, and a potential new home. And don't forget about that precious oxygen, which will be very important to manage throughout. But not only that, you'll need to keep thinking ahead, because the gameplay loop will keep you on your toes. You'll always be juggling the happiness of your crew, you'll be doing some mining, you'll be doing some exploring, a bit of combat, and a whole lot more. It's another game that's sitting with very positive reviews, still with one or two bugs here and there, but again, it's out of early access now, and with its full release, again, it came with so much more content and overall improvements. So if you are looking for your next management or colony sim game, Space Haven is not to be missed. And now, if you were a fan of kingdoms and castles, or just Roman city builders in general, well then Nova Roma is the game for you. In Nova Roma, you'll be in charge of managing a small Roman village and trying to turn it into a massive Roman empire. To do that, you'll need some serious and intricate water management systems though, because yeah, the Romans, they love their aqueducts. But you can't forget about the production lines and the needs of the people as well. In terms of city planning, it's not as complex as other city builders out there, but damn, the water systems and the aqueducts and the dams, they go hard. You will be using these impressive networks to water your crops, prevent floods, and a whole lot more. And if that wasn't enough on your plate, well, there's a whole bunch of fussy gods trying to break your back with fires or plagues. So yes, you can't forget about those tributes. It could cost you. There are some also challenging aspects of the game which I enjoyed. Overall, I enjoyed the game so much. It's got some very positive reviews on Steam with some bugs here and there. It is still in early access. But if you are a fan of city builders and you want to try build Rome in a day, well then Nova Roma might just be worth checking out. And then another one of my favorite factory builders that came out this year, it's Modulus. This is just so laid back, but my gosh, is it so addictive. I've covered it before on my channel, where it follows a similar gameplay loop to Shapez. In the game, you'll need to extract these stone blocks and then place them on conveyor belts where you'll need to merge, cut, splice, color, whatever else, and that's all needed to match the quota for this massive warehouse. And yes, is anyone craving some Italian? Because I was cooking up some messy spaghetti. It also has these Amazon delivery drones that will then collect the blocks and drop them off where they need to be. Once you are done, the process starts over with a different factory that might require a different shape. I love the look and the feel of the game, and the soundtrack is so soothing. Man, it's so cool. It's also sitting with very positive reviews on Steam, and while it might not be as polished or robust as other factory builders, to me, it's the most charming out of the lot, and the community itself is just so special. So if you are looking for a relaxing and addictive factory building game, then look no further than Modulus. I highly recommend it. And then, of course, this list would not be complete without Timberborn, this incredible city builder / colony sim that I could not peel my eyes away from. Yes, I know it's not new, but it's finally come out of early access with a bunch of new features, where in this game you'll be managing a band of beavers, which, yeah, fun fact, a group of beavers is called a colony, so yeah, I guess this is a colony sim in more ways than one. Anyway, you'll watch your beavers grow up, have children, go through some tough times, but don't worry, tough times never last. But you will get that tough drought as well as some various sicknesses and illnesses, and you'll have to keep them alive. But then you also need to make sure the population grows into a bustling beaver metropolis filled with various production buildings and supply chains. And of course, because it's all about the beavers, the water dynamics in this game is top tier. You're going to be learning about dam dynamics like you're some kind of civil engineer, and it's actually very rewarding. It's sitting with overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam, and I mean, yeah, it's easy to see why. Just play this game for a little bit, and before you know it, your whole weekend has gone by. And now with that full release, it came with so many new features. There's automation now, so it gets even more complex and intricate, but again, if you're looking for a city builder or a colony sim where it just keeps going and giving you so much more, then Timberborn is not to be missed, and I highly recommend it. Now for those of you who are fans of the shop simulator type of games, well then Retro Rewind is going to be for you, where you get to run your own video store, and there's just so much nostalgia oozing into it. Like, it smacks you in the face where, like, for me, I was a kid growing up and I used to love going into the video store, getting the Lion King, and then going back home with my popcorn and just watching it on repeat like it was the circle of life. And man, does that make me feel a bit old right now. But anyways, in the game you'll be running your own stores that's set in the 90s, which you can then decorate, rent out, or even sell if you want to grow your thriving business. You'll need to engage with your customers, make recommendations, take reservations, and even charge those late fees. Man, I do not miss those at all. You'll also need to grow your collection of movies by ordering them or getting some more bootlegged gems from the shady video dealer from around the corner. From there, you'll need to hire and train your staff, cater to the different seasons and holidays, like if Halloween is on, you gotta get those scary movies out. So if you are looking for a cozy, nostalgic experience with some great management features, well then Retro Rewind might just be for you. Then for my snow enthusiasts out there, have you ever wanted to manage your own alpine resort? Well then, Above the Snow might just be for you. This game is set in this epic snowy backdrop in the harshest winter known to man. So yeah, don't forget your hot chocolate and those marshmallows, the small baby ones, those are adorable. I was just so impressed on how they handled the resort vibe. It's done very well, as well as the various activities that you'll need to be in charge of, something that you don't see often in the management genre. It also looks very great, especially for a tycoon game, where you'll need to develop your character's story, build and manage your resorts, bring in some more business, save customers from the treacherous trails, and a whole lot more. You'll also be leading your rowdy crew with their own origin stories, like it's the Avengers, dealing with sabotage or even some natural disasters and other types of crisis management. But yeah, there's a lot going on here, a lot of shenanigans, but it's also very fun. It's sitting with mostly positive ratings on Steam. There's still a few issues here and there, but I'm really excited to see where it snows. I mean goes. So yeah, if you're looking for a chilled out, fun tycoon management game that's a little bit different, then I definitely recommend Above the Snow today. And for my Star Trek fans out there, Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown is this fascinating, perhaps somewhat flawed survival management experience. You'll play as Captain Janeway, managing the ship's treacherous trek through the Delta Quadrant. It's less of a flashy action title and more of a high-stakes survival sim where resource management and difficult choices define your journey home. The gameplay is a tight balancing act where every action from research to travel will burn precious fuel and time. Here you'll constantly be deciding whether to risk, say, exploring a mining colony or maybe conserving resources, all while keeping your crew's morale above a mutiny-inducing zero. And while the ship-to-ship combat can feel a bit repetitive, the real magic lies in the tension of your command. You'll customize Voyager's interior, trade combat upgrades for creature comforts, and navigate side quests that let you rewrite the canon. So even though Star Trek Across the Unknown might not be perfect, it's still worth checking out for both fans and even non-fans of the show. And then sticking to the space theme, up next is a game from the makers of Prison Architect called The Last Starship. This game is set in this great looking colorful universe where you'll need to design, build, and improve your starship along your cosmic journey. The game comes with so many job options to choose from. Who will you be? A pirate hunter, a miner, an engineer, maybe a space bus driver? The list goes on. As you command your ship on this adventure, you can stock up at different space colonies or hunt a pirate or make a friend or two. The story is yours to create. It might be a bit complicated at first, but once you get into it, it's so much fun. It comes with a very satisfying building experience, as well as trading logistics and setting up your automations. It might not be 100% there yet and still needs a bit of fine tuning, but the gameplay itself is very addictive and you can easily sink hours into the game. So if you are looking for your next base builder set in space, well, The Last Starship might be worth checking out. And now, oh my, the colony sim developers and the ocean setting, so hot right now. We've got Haven Dock Flotsam Drown Light that's coming out soon. And now, of course, All Will Fall is out, and it's a lot of fun. And to add some spice to the mix, All Will Fall adds in some engineering complexity in terms of how you will be constructing your water world like home. It's very cool. So like the structures can collapse if you don't know what you're doing, but luckily there's that handy undo button. See, the world has flooded, and now you have to help your survivors build up a base where they'll be scavenging for wood, junk, and food, and then slowly upgrading your place so much that it could be featured on MTV Cribs. But it's not that simple. The tide will go in and out, the storms will come rolling in, and resources will come and go. It also comes with that Frostpunk style of making decisions, so you need to know if you want to, say, take on some new survivors that will eat up all your food like your best friend on the 20th of April. I love the visuals, it feels more realistic than other colony sims, and the soundtrack is amazing. And overall, the concept itself is great. It reminds me of Raft meets Frostpunk in a way, but way more casual than those two put together. But overall, if you're looking for a colony sim where you're trying to keep people alive in the middle of the ocean while trying to make a great looking place, well then All Will Fall might just be for you. Now, have you ever dreamed of owning your own restaurant and everything you serve is grown and produced by you? Well, the farming and restaurant management game Farm to Table is the title for you. Life as a first-class chef got too intense, so you decide to buy up some land, cultivate the hell out of it, and turn it into a thriving business. You'll need to build your farm and restaurant from scratch, and then start off small and slowly grow into a loved and popular establishment. This means growing crops, going fishing, raising livestock, and then producing fresh and ingenious dishes loved by your loyal patrons. As you expand, you can hire and train cooks, waiters, farmers, and so on. I mean, it's not much, but it's honest work. The game is still in early access, but it just looks so cozy and relaxing, and it's sitting with very positive reviews on Steam, because it's just so addictive and laid back. So if you're looking for a comforting, cozy game in which you can pull off your very own Jeremy Clarkson farm, well then farm to table might just be worth checking out. And then rounding off this list is another factory sim, but it's a bit more, how could I say, bite-sized. It's Snacktorio. Think of it as a 2D level-based automation game where instead of ore and circuits, you're wrangling ingredients to feed massive hungry beasts threatening to devour the world, which is basically me at 5 PM when I need a snack. The gameplay loop is satisfyingly puzzly, where you'll build conveyor belts, mixers, ovens, and fryers to process ingredients, all while navigating quirks like dairy curdling under the heat, meat spoiling, or allergens contaminating your lines. And even though it sounds like and might look like Factorio, it's not that at all. That's because it's broken into 55 distinct levels rather than one sprawling map. It's a lot of fun though, where you're constantly adapting your factories to meet evolving complex orders across the various maps you'll be playing through. So if you're looking for a factory builder game that comes with that addictive just one more thing kind of energy, but way more chilled out and charming, then Snacktorio is worth checking out. But that wraps up my video. What games are you enjoying? Let me know in the comment section below, and don't forget to like or subscribe if you are enjoying my content. A big shout out to my channel members. You guys always mean so much to me. But other than that, it's Marco here from Easily Distracted Games, and as always, don't stop gaming.